So today we are blessed to have very special guest, Jane Macmillan. She's very special to me as she have this healing powers. She have as well her own special journey in art. And I would love to welcome you. Hi, dear.
Hi, it's very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's not an invitation, actually. I feel like it's kind of a way of connection, and I'm so happy that you're connecting and you're able to listen and talk. This is amazing. You're gifted. I was just talking with my friends, and I told them you have to see this interview. She have a very special healing powers. So
I just enjoy meeting people, and it was very special to have that conversation with you the other day. So, I mean, if you think I'm calm and healing, that's lovely, but I don't think I have anything special.
Oh, you see, this is why you're special, because yes, you have it, and you're just humble about it. You have this amazing energy of making people able to talk and open their heart to you, and I think part of it as well is your relation with art. So I want please you to introduce yourself to the people who are interested to get to know more about you and your journey. What happened? When did you start making art? And you started with a dance, with a painting, and what happened through the years?
Well, it was interesting because I have an older sister who just passed away, actually, but she was an artist all her life. And so when I lived in London, I would often go and pose at the art schools for the students there, and was very involved with that. But I myself was a dancer with a small company in England, and we used to tour all over England, 20 dancers and 4 musicians in a bus. It was called Harlequin Ballet Company. So my path was always the dance, and hers was more the art. And then later in life, because really dance was what I did all my life, even in BC, in Africa, in Quebec. That's what I've always done. But in 2005, me and my husband, we went up to the Arctic, to Nunavut, and to do a project with the Inuit there. And I was just blown away by the scenery, the tundra. Everything up there was just so calm and peaceful, and such beautiful colors. And that's where really I started painting, was in 2005. Before that, it was just doodling and nothing serious. Yeah, so this one that's on the screen is RC Valley, which was in Cape Dorset. This was just a combination of uluit. The ulu is a knife that the Inuk women use to skin the seals, or to cut things or prepare things in the kitchen. They use it for everything. And my friend up there, she had a whole collection from the circumpolar region, and I just put some into this painting.
I love your paintings. I love how it's so calm as well, and makes me feel like I want to look at it and just, be quiet and just focused. You have this, again, I just have to keep saying it. You have this amazing energy of making me feel calm, and I love your work. It's a calling thing to just look at it, and just I don't want to say it's a call for meditation or something, just to.
Oh, well, that's lovely. I'm glad that has the effect. Yeah, this was above Cape Dorset, above the community I was in, and a friend of mine who lives there, she took a wide photograph, and I did a painting from that, and that's what that was, But as you can see, there's no trees, but it's just very beautiful. The rocks are all different colors. The tundra's in there. There's little flowers that pop up in the summertime. Yeah, that's one of them. So this was in the tundra, and my friend dug it out and brought it home, and I said, I need to paint that. So this is nodding campion and saxifrage, I think.
It's
which
beautiful.
I think you can eat. Yeah.
I remember when we first met and you told me that when you came to Cornwall and then everything gets better. I wanted as well to talk about being in the place, how being in a place affecting us. And of course, we'll go back for the Chiefs. It's an amazing project. But being in Cornwall, like when you came and the journey started from here and the dance and then the opening doors, what's happening in this being in Cornwall, and what is the project that you're working on at the moment?
Okay, so we came to Cornwall in 1999. After 3 years in Ottawa, because prior to that we'd been in a civil war in the Central African Republic, and we tried to stay, but it got quite bad, and we eventually were evacuated by the French army. And so that was in 1996, and we have 4 boys, and 3 of them were in Ottawa at the time, and our youngest was with us. So we brought him back with us and came to Ottawa to kind of reunite the family, because we hadn't really been together for a while. So spent 3 years in Ottawa finding rentals and just trying to find work. And then there was a need to be in Cornwall, so we looked it up and came down and had a look, and we thought it was a really nice town. And so I moved here first part-time, because I had by that time got a job in a ballet studio in Gatineau, l'Académie de Danse de l'Outaouais. And then I would literally bus down here. I started a ballet school here for 2 days a week. And then on Wednesday, I'd get back on the bus, go back to Ottawa, clean that house, get on another bus, go and teach in Gatineau. So it was sort of a to and fro thing, and did that for 8 years. Until one winter I skidded off the road on the 417, and it really scared me. And I decided I really didn't want to do that winter drive anymore. So concentrated more on Cornwall and opened the school up to 4 days a week here in Cornwall. So that was the Cornwall School of Dance. And that was lovely, because we met so many families here, and so many students sort of passed through my hands. And it was a very, very good experience. Helped us get to know the community. And then I closed that in 2017, because I had reached 70, and I thought perhaps it was time to let that one go and let younger people take over. And then concentrated more on the art side of things, which I was kind of doing concurrently. And again here, wonderful. There's so many wonderful artists in Cornwall and the surrounding area. I mean, there's a lot of talent here, and I feel I've made a lot of good friends in that community. And yeah, I think Cornwall's
and right now. Yeah, it's amazing. Actually, you made it here, right? And now you feel like you're connected to the place more. And actually, having you here makes me feel that I'm connected to the place more. And it's I have been talking about you since we met. I told all my friends, like, yay! I met such a kind, nice lady here, and you're opening doors and helping and telling people, like you told me what to do, where to go. And actually, you opened your house in this event called Apples and Art. Like, people can actually come to your house to see your artwork and just to be there.
Well, normally, yes, in normal times, we have this event in this area. So it's SDG, the whole area around Cornwall and in Cornwall, which is called Apples and Arts, and you submit some of your work, and if the Arts Council accept it, then you go on the tour, and they also come and look at your place and make sure it's safe for people to come into. And so I did that. I think I've done it for the last at least 5 or 6 years, and the last 3 years I've done in my house. And I like that because, well, you don't have to lug things all over the place. You've got all your paintings there, and it's just nice to welcome people and chat
To
with
have
them.
this energy, they can come to your own place and see the artist in her or in his own place's work. And this is actually, I always felt it's very important to keep the artist connected to the community more, like not always in the studios or in galleries. Of course we need the galleries, but as well to see the house of the artist and to know about them more, get us close to their work.
Yeah.
Right? I think this is important to just get connected in a real, you know, level.
Yes.
Not professional only.
Gives people a sense of who you are, I guess. But then at the same time, there's other homes that are open. There are clusters of artists in different places. So you could choose your route and go and visit all these people. And I used to do that before I just joined Apples and Arts, and it's great. You know, you see all this different kind of artwork, and from glass blowing to sculpture to painting to, you know, photography, everything.
I wish we will, you know, this event will go back. I will be the first as well to be in line to welcome people in my house, and I would love to share more art. And I want to go from here for the future projects that you actually working on to, you know, to develop, or what is happening at the moment, even while we have this, you know, more safety rules and not opening the house anymore for people. What are you doing at the moment?
I'm quite busy with different things, but I'm just trying to keep my art going. And the last one I did is on wood. I'm doing quite a lot of painting on wood. I've sort of become known as the sheep lady, I think, because I do a lot of sheep. And that's been something that I don't know why people just seems to appeal to people. And then this heron, we were asked by the city, some of the art studios, to decorate some containers that they were putting in town as pop-up shops at the sort of third stage of the COVID. They were opening those up. And our studio, 125 Pit, we're about 12 artists up there that work together. We were invited to do one, and I was able to do the heron as part of that. And other people did other things on the other sides. And you can go and see those. They're between First Street and the big shopping mall, Cornwall Square. And there's three pop-up shops there. I think Focus Art did another one, and Keiluan Gallery did the other one. So it was a really nice experience to be together those 2 days and have lunch together and paint together. And that was a very good initiative by the city of Cornwall. We were very happy.
It makes the streets more alive.
Yes, exactly. And I think a local woman had painted all those picnic tables that they put all up and down Pitt Street. And we noticed that people are using them a lot. They sit there to have meals. They sit there to chat. And I think another thing the city did was letting people have patios outside their restaurants. So all of this has really helped with community bonding, and I think it's very, very good.
Yeah, it gives us hope and space to breathe a little bit after a long time being in the house in fear. And, you know, especially if you have kids, for me, it was a little bit hard as well, because it was really like we didn't know where to go with the kids. But let's go back to the sheep. So what's the story? I love it. It's an amazing project and a lot of paintings of the sheep. What happened? What get this spark to start painting sheep?
Well, I think my husband and I traveled a lot. He's Scottish, so we would go to Scotland quite a bit, and then my sister lived in Wales, and we'd go down to Wales, and the hills are just full of sheep, and I've always loved them, but I guess it just pushed me into concentrating more on them. So, and I like animals in general, so I do quite a lot of animal pictures. And still life. This is one I collect Mediterranean pottery, and so I put some into that one. I love milkweed, which is on the right there.
Yeah.
I find that very sculptural, and the thistles. I just like putting different things together and painting them.
Okay, this is actually, see, this is the thing that I was always thinking, that the artist as him or herself, they always have this special thing in their own work, and you have this special thing that you always have, that you give this peace in, like we never feel like we're, there is some kind of painting, you see it and you feel like this is kind of pain, or there is a drama, or you feel like someone is want to scream in the picture or something, in the painting, in the artwork. Your work is always peaceful and calling for just peace. Do you want to speak with us more about from where this energy is coming from?
Well, I love creation. I love prayer. I think prayer is very important. And often I'll go down by the river and say prayers in the morning. I just think that, the devotional life is very important, that we are material and spiritual beings, and that we have to make sure that the spiritual keeps up with the material, and that the material doesn't overtake. And I think in a way, that's happened in many places, that the material becomes much more important than the spiritual. And in a way, horrible though it is, the fact that we've had this epidemic, COVID, I think it has helped people to sort of slow down and think about things. And that's really, really important. And the whole race justice issue, so many people on this planet have been put to one side, and it's time for them to be recognized and embraced. We're one human family. There was a very wise man who said the world is one country and mankind are its citizens. And I really believe that we're all here to work together and be together as one, and not be fighting each other.
Thank you so much. I totally believe in what you're saying. And I told you from the first time we met, you touched my heart immediately, because I think as well, being an artist is very important. But first, being a human and a nice, kind person is actually, the first level that we're trying hard to work to keep developing this part in each one of us, and working as a group is very important. So do you work as a group right now with you're building groups, right? What is about the story, what's happening? Like, I would be blessed to be with your groups, of course. And this is as well that I of the era was saying, I will be really interesting to be attending your artwork, your circle groups, to work together. And as I was saying, it's not because we want anyone to be professional artists at the moment, or like after a year, or giving a course. It's just being together that makes this happiness shining, and everybody have this warm in their hearts. Can you talk with us please more about your groups?
Well, in Cornwall right now, there is a group of people, and we're doing, it's Baha'i inspired. It's called the Junior Youth Empowerment Program, and we're engaging youth between the ages of 12 and 15, this very difficult age where they're really trying to navigate through their years where they're developing critical thinking and all of this. So this group brings people together, so it's open to people of anywhere. Anybody can join it, and they learn how to talk to their peers. We talk about issues that concern them in school, race issues often, and we have a book that they study, and a lot of the stories, it's a bit like Aesop's fables in a way. They have a moral to them, and so we discuss that, and we engage with that, and help them to think about how they would approach a difficult thing if it happened to them. And then a main thing with that is that we do a lot of community service. Mm-hmm. So in my group, every time we finish, we try and think of a community service we'd like to do to kind of cement the book that we've just done. So I've been doing that now for 2 years, and I think we have 5 groups currently running in Cornwall. one at the library. Mine is in the east, and that they get dotted about, and anyone can contact me if they're interested in having someone join, or in fact starting a new group. Because sometimes if a group has been together for 2 years, we tend to keep that one together, and then if somebody else joins, they can bring their friends in and do that.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, great idea. And I would love to, I think everybody kind of know you, but I want to add your contact for more people if they want to contact you personally, and I will add more about your artwork. You have a beautiful page and a website talking about your work, and I was really happy to know that you actually can have different kind of way to reach your work. So I can get the cards, this is affordable for everyone. I can get different kind of a push for art, and I was thinking this is important as well. If someone can sell the original painting, I don't know for how much. I never did anything very expensive, but let's say. And then other people as well can have this taste of art with very simple amount of money. So you're doing this in purpose. What is your vision to give people to give the art for everyone?
Well, every piece of art that I do, that I sort of keep, I have it photographed, and so it goes into a sort of archive, if you like, and I tend to make cards of everything. And I found that when I go to different shows that people like the variety, because my cards are of many different things, and you know, then reasonably, as far as art goes, they're reasonably inexpensive. So if somebody liked a particular image, they don't necessarily have to buy the painting. They can buy a print, or they can buy a card. I mean, I do sell paintings too, but it just gives people a smorgasbord in a way, you know, so that they can have a little taste of something. And often people will pick something for. I had one lady last year. She was a young woman, and a friend of hers was getting married, and they were doing a pig roast. So they wanted to give the man who was donating the pig a card, and I had this card of 2 Tamworth pigs, and she was thrilled that she found a card with pigs on it. So you just never know. I mean,
yeah, the arts can reach everyone, and you see it works. Even and the animals idea, it's an amazing how you actually make it as well very peaceful and lovely. And I think it's a call for meditation or something. You can actually put it around the yoga studio or something, and it will be perfect. Like, this is how I see it. It will be really amazing. So one more question. I didn't want to take from your time, but we said 20 minutes, but yes, obviously we have always to cross the 20 minutes. I don't know, it's become a habit now. So I wanted to know from you how you find the community in Cornwall, people who are not really doing art. Let's say someone is really working hard, doctors, engineers, and they don't really have the experience to for art, or they don't have the time to express art. Do you think it's very important to engage them as well, and to tell them how art is important for everyone? And if you think so, what is the plan? What do you think we should do? Because I believe that it's important for everyone. So what do you think we should do to make everybody part of the art?
Well, I think it is extremely important. I think art is, somebody said, I don't know who it was, it's food for the soul. It's that other part of us that we need to feed. And not everyone is necessarily an artist themselves, but there are many people who appreciate artists. And I think it's just very important to engage. I think it's important to have the art out there. We have Art Walk next week, where people can come by and see artists working and look at their work and look at their different, techniques and how they do their work and what inspires them. I think what Pierre did for the city of Cornwall, all those beautiful signs he's made for the historical bits of Cornwall and the different areas are just amazing. I think any way that the city can engage artists is wonderful, and engage sportsmen and engage all these different things. It makes a city more vibrant.
Yeah.
And you have a vibrant community because everyone is being looked at with respect and is given their true worth. So I really feel that's happening in Cornwall. I think our mayor at the moment is especially very much engaged in many areas, and this encourages people.
She's cool and doing a lot of effort to get herself as well engaged with the people, the episode, being in the street. And this is actually very, very calling for everyone to do some moves as well. I think art is a healing kind of magic process. So it's not really important to just attend a workshop and then come out of it doing something like, oh, this is my product now, or I'm going to be an artist in this. But at least tasting the art and connecting with artists, I think it's kind of a healing thing, because this piece that's coming out of doing something with your own hand, and it's not necessary to be perfect at all, it's as well makes everybody feel a little bit calm. And this is, I think, the call that behind the art, getting people together, working together as a team. There is no competition at all, because everybody's special in what they're doing. So I hope everybody will come to the art walk. I hope everybody will be engaged more in the art events. And I would love to thank you so much for being with us today. And of course, anytime you want to add more about your events or what's happening, or even through this hard time with COVID and everything, I think we need to keep going. So you're welcome to post in the page, and I would love to support you. I will be there, and maybe in front of your house, not inside, but we can
on the porch, in the garden. Yes.
Yes, I would love to.
It's been a pleasure, and I think you are a great addition to Cornwall. You and your husband already doing these interviews. And yes, I mean, if you want suggestions of amazing people, I can give you some more.
Thank you. Yes, of course. With you, I'm totally, I'm checked in. Anyhow, you just point your finger and I'm there. And you know what? I think doing this interview was the way that makes me keep going when the lockdown happened and I couldn't get out. I felt like this is the way that makes me feel breathing, and I can actually connect, because I think I'm a people person. I need to be, surrounded with people. I want to go out. I want to see and hug people. So for me, this was my healing process, to be with and not to panic, to see you, to make sure that you're okay. And actually, we started doing this between our friends, and we didn't go live. It was not even there. And then we thought about it. Why not? Actually, all our friends are artists, they're poetry, they write poetry, they're actors, they're musicians. Why we don't share this? And then from here, the idea of the interview started. And right now, I'm super happy and blessed to connect with the artists in Cornwall as well, trying to build these bridges between everyone. And let's see who can do what with whom. And I hope it will work. So thank you again. And I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Yafa.
Thank you. I love you. Bye.
Bye.